Hey, this is Josh from Nerd News. I'm going to do a Xbox review for you guys. This is going to go over the Xbox One. Just pretty much to jump right in it, it's, I think, the better of the consoles just because of the, not necessarily performance, but the live aspect. The jumping on, playing with, who knows who from who knows where, and just kind of going at it. PlayStation's got the PlayStation Network, but previously it was free, so anybody and their mother could get on and play. So you could be playing Battlefield or Metal Gear Solid or something, and it was there. It was just some 8-year-old on there talking smack to you, and it wasn't very good level of um, competitiveness. It wasn't very competitive. As far as Xbox, you had to pay for it. You had to pay to get on it, so that kind of siphoned a lot of people out of there. And it wasn't, um, it wasn't, 8-year-olds running around. Granted, you still have little kids on there, but they seem to be better than the kids that were on PlayStation. So that was it for me. Once I played that, I was hooked. I love Xbox. They have the games that they have are kind of my speed. Combat shooter, you know, multiplayer style games. I play a little bit of solo campaign. One of them that I've picked up is Tomb Raider, and that's a really good solo game. Um, I've got Dead Rising. Dead Rising is a good solo game. You can also play online. Um, Titanfall is a multiplayer, pretty much multiplayer only game. That's something I'll get into here in a minute. Um, But the live, you do have to pay for. It's like $60 for a year, and most of the time they run a special where you pay that and you get the 13th month for free. So you get 13 months for $60. So that's not really that big of a deal. If you don't like that, you can do the 3 month for like $25, I think, and get it for 3 months. One of the things I don't like that Xbox is doing right now, or has started to do, or not do, I guess you could say, is they don't give free trials anymore. At least so far, I've yet to run across them. And if they do, let me know, then I'll try and pick up those games. But the whole point of it is, or what I'm getting at is, in the old Xbox games, you would open it up and it would come with a little card, something that would look something like this. Have a code on the back. You could get it in. It would be, it could be a game DLC to download, or it would be a free trial. And some of the trials are for 2 days, or some I think longest I've seen was like 2 weeks. But I don't see those anymore, especially in the Xbox Ones. And that's a bummer because a lot of these One games you have to have live to play. Like Titanfall, you can't really do anything without it. Destiny is another live game only. Um, and Xbox was kind of sneaky with how they did their multiplayer. On 360 or previous, you could have jumped online and invited your friends over, and you could have 4 friends playing on one TV, and it was awesome. Big Halo parties or big local LAN parties. But now it's through live. If you look at most of these multiplayer games, it's single player local only, and it'll show you here. It says player Xbox One, you know, one player, and then it'll have a live. It'll say Xbox Live 1 to 2 or 1 to however many, and that's how you play with your friends now. They can't come over and grab a controller and play with you. They have to have pretty much their own Xbox, their own game, their own live account, and it's just that was pretty sneaky of them, and it's something that I really kind of didn't like. Because I originally bought a second Xbox controller, but I never used it, so I just kind of took it back and got a game with it, and that was very disappointing. So they need to, I think, put the live back in there, give people a chance to check it out. Even if it's only 48 hours, so it's not going to kill them to give someone 48 hours free, you know, exposure pretty much. Hey, check this game out. You know, get online with some of your friends and see how you like it. Um, the When it comes to free, PlayStation Network used to be free. Um, they are no longer free. They did away with that. I think it's maybe to bump up the competitiveness, to kind of to wean out who gets in and who gets out. You have to pay for it. You can still get in. Anyone can get in if you buy a card, but it's it's a little different now. Parents maybe don't want their kids on there just because they have to pay for it now, or people don't want to pay for the experience of playing online for PlayStation. Xbox, people always complain about it, but people still shell out the cash because it's just more competitive. It's more fun in my opinion, and they've got better multiplayer games. Um, Now, as far as the Xbox itself goes, as far as like the console, the controllers, um, the console is big. It is, it's big and bulky. Just imagine a cable box that plays video games. That's how I describe it to everyone. It's a giant black cable box that plays video games. It's, the 360 they had a slim version. Um, the Xbox was still kind of big, but it didn't. I mean, it was the first generation console, and so that's kind of, you can excuse that. Uh, this is the third gen console, and it's huge. And I get that they're trying to do other stuff. You can hook your cable into it. Um, you can hook your DVR, everything into the Xbox and use it as a one entertainment system. That's why it's called the Xbox One. It's supposed to be for all your entertainment needs. But they really kind of not necessarily screwed over the gamer, but ticked them off because um, they were thinking that Microsoft was going in the way of entertainment and forgetting the core gamers, which is what made them successful. And in my opinion, they did screw us over. And I'm a core gamer. I don't even have cable. I just use Netflix or the internet, and so I don't have anything that hooks into the Xbox. Like they can't. There's no antenna adapter. Um, so if you're playing Xbox and you see the commercials where you can use the snap feature and snap a football game up there, check your fantasy stats, or see, I don't need any of that. That's just a bunch of crap that I'm never going to use, and it's not. I don't think it's going to be utilized enough, even in the scope of everyone else, to put that feature in there. Uh, it's it just seems like a waste to me. They could have taken that time, money, and put it into better graphics, better computing power. Maybe a slimmer console. It's big and bulky, and I don't think that they needed to do that. But now you're going to have your original Comcast cable or MediaCom or whatever. You're going to have your cable box there, and then you're going to have this big Xbox, and they can route the cable in through the Xbox. But what are you going to do with your cable provider box? It's just going to sit there because you still need it, so that's going to take up more space. It's something that they could have probably done without the extra features. The voice commands are shady at best. I mean, they've gotten better. The first Kinect was very poor. I had it, but I never used it. I just connected it, sitting in my cupboard right now. Um, it it's gotten better though. The voice commands I just use for turning it on and turning it off. You try and tell it something, it'll pop up like help, but it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't recognize what you say. Maybe you've got background noise, uh, or somebody's doing something, making some type of noise, or you mumble. It it doesn't know what you say. So that's kind of frustrating. And you have to have it pretty much. Well, now you don't. I mean, you have to have the voice commands, obviously, but now they're bundling it without it. They drop the price. Um, it's nice to have if you like to play the games and use the commands in game. Like in the Tomb Raider game, you can tell Lara to switch from your gun to a bow, and you can say bow. It'll pull up the bow, and it's like a quick way to do that. But I've I've tried it, and you say bow, and it doesn't do anything. It'll just it'll read the red microphone with a cross through it saying that it didn't understand what you said. So you might as well just use the action button on there and switch it. Um, so I mean, I don't mind them really putting the voice commands in there. but it's just it's something that I think maybe they could have done better. They could have taken that snap feature or the partnerships with NFL and all that money that they spent on stuff like that and put it into better core features, making it a better console all around. Um, like the dashboard is it's kind of cluttered. It's like the Windows Phone dashboard, with all the boxes, and it's not for me. I prefer the old dashboard for the original Xbox, just the sliding, you know, tabs, if you will, the sliding tabs where you can just go left to right and get to things pretty quickly. As far as the one thing with the dashboard that I do like is you can pop in and out of the game very quickly by hitting the center X button here. You just tap that and then it pulls your game out and you're just looking at the dashboard and you can go right back to it. With the old 360, you had to hit the middle button, hit Y, go to home, and then it would load you and kick you out. And then you would have to reload your game. But this one, you can pop in and out pretty quickly. And if you don't quit the game and you start the Xbox back up in, say, 3 days, you're still at that point. If you have the disc in there, you're still at the point to where you were, standing in a forest, waiting to fight some orcs or something. And that's really cool. The dashboard, though, it just seems like they didn't put a lot of effort into it, or it's just poorly done. I'm not a fan of the Windows Phone, though, so I mean, if you like the Windows Phone, you'll love the dashboard. The game or the dashboard itself is just that's not for me. um, it does come with if you buy an Xbox new, it does come with a headset, so that is kind of nice. Before, they were never packaged with headsets, so that's included in the price that you pay. Even for the Connectless bundles, the $3.99 specials that they got going on, you get a headset. And the headset looks like this. It's just your standard headset. Just put it on. Okay. And it's just a regular headset. It's a good headset. I like it. It's minimal, and it's the microphone swivel's out of the way. You can kind of use it. It's for chat only, though. You can't use it you can't hear people in the game, like the gameplay. If you wanted something like that where you hear gameplay audio, Turtle Beach has a nice headset. I've always gotten Turtle Beach headsets. I just picked this up on Black Friday. It's the XO1 Turtle Beach Ear Force headset. They're a little bigger, a little bulkier, but that is because it's got the bass boost and it's in-game audio. So what I mean by in-game is you put them on, and you can, if someone's, you got a kid or something sleeping, or someone's doing something else, you can mute. Excuse me. You can mute the TV. You can mute the TV and put these on, and you'll hear everything that's happening through there. If you're setting stuff on fire and it explodes, you'll hear that through the earphones, and that's really cool. I really like these headphones. They were pretty cheap. I think they're maybe $80 new. I think around there, but I got them on sale for Black Friday. And what's cool about these headphones is you notice there's no microphone, but there is a microphone jack that you plug into it. It just plugs right in. Right away. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. It just plugs right in, and now you got the microphone that you can talk to people. So it is chat and in-game. It's really cool. So, if you don't want to chat to people, you just take it out and talk to people. Now, one thing about the headset that is a bit different is, if you notice on these ones, on the new ones, they've got the connector's a little different. It's got 2 tabs. It's a little bit bigger. It's got the mute and the volume, and that. Prior, some of the old headsets were just audio jack into the controller, and they didn't have this. So I think it helps with, as far as quality. You can hear better, and people can hear you talk, and it's overall a little better quality. So yeah, that's really nice that they give you a headset with that, so you don't have to go out and buy one. But if you want, you can go buy Turtle Beach or Triforce or whichever headset you would like to get. Um, the performance of the Xbox is really well done as far as graphics and computing power. I don't. A lot of people say the PlayStation is more powerful, but I don't. To me, I don't see the big deal with that much that much difference. I don't see the big difference, as far as graphics go or how the games perform. When you hear that there's some bugs in this game on Xbox, there's bugs in that game on PlayStation 4. They're not just specific to one console because that one's less powerful. Um, you can definitely tell from that it is next gen if you go back and play the 360 games. Like I always bounce back and forth playing Destiny. If you play Destiny on 360 and you look at the skybox, meaning the sky, the stars, and all that, you can tell that it's a 360, and then you go and look around on the one, it is a lot better. The graphics are a lot better, and the quality of sound is better. That's what a lot of people don't notice is it's not just about graphics. It's about the sound that the game puts out. There's actually a better quality there. The gameplay is obviously the same. It's the same game. It's just a different console. Um, Tomb Raider, the definitive edition, is another is a re-release of a 360 game that they put on Xbox that was remastered. And I never played Tomb Raider on the 360, but it looks superb on the one. Um, the Halo collections were something that they just released, where they remastered uh, all the Halos. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, Halo 3, and Halo 4. Now, when you're playing the old campaigns in Halo 4, you can toggle back and forth. You can toggle to what it looked like back when it first came out, which is really cool because um, at first I haven't played it in so long. I was just like, is this really that much different? And so I stumbled upon it and hit the pretty much the back button or the menu button, uh, and it toggled for me. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Then you can tell, and I was like, hey, check this out. Showing people, and it is a big difference. Um, there is a few issues with Halo or the matchmaking, but they patched that, and they put a patch in, and it fixed the matchmaking for it. Speaking of patches, that is another good thing that Xbox has now done with the next generation is the cloud servers. It's the cloud system. They can pretty much drop in and change things to the game pretty much instantly. They got to work it up, but it'll go into effect when they decide to put it in there, and that's going to download. Um, so if there's a bug, they can pretty much just go through the cloud and they can put the code in, and it'll update and fix the game. And with the 360, the developers wouldn't really allow patches to go in because you have to pay for them, and it takes a lot longer to put a big patch in, so they would just wait, or it's harder to do multiple patches, so they would wait and build up a big patch, and then that's when you would go through and when you would log on to your 360, you would see, oh, it's an update. It would take a little bit because they're big multiple patches put into one. But here, when they see something they need to fix, they'll get right on it, fix it, put it in, and then go to the next one. Which is what they did with Halo, and you hear about Destiny being patched all the time. And it's not just patches or fixes; it's improvements as far as achievements. Say there's something going on, and they're reading the forums, and there's people are talking about, oh, it'd be cool if this this you got an achievement for doing this. Like I always thought in Gears 3, when you kick the ticker, I thought it'd be cool if you kick the ticker and shoot it in midair. If you did that so many times, you'd get an achievement. Now they can actually go in and put that into the new game on the Xbox One. They can go in and change achievements and add them, and constantly upgrade and update to to the fans, to the gamers' expectations or what they would like. So that's really cool. That's one thing about the cloud. That's really cool. One of the other things is it's pretty much open storage. You can go there and it's not like on your hard drive, staying there. I don't really use the cloud because it's just I like using the hard drive for saving things, but the hard drive is limited. It is only a 500 gig hard drive, and it goes fairly quickly. Um, I think uh, I have several games. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but they I think I'm up to like 54% on my hard drive. So I've already used 54%, and I don't even have that many games yet. And it's because you have to download the game so it loads faster and it just reads the downloaded information instead of reading off the disk. You still have to use the disk. If you go to try and pull something up, like I'm gonna play Destiny, and the disk isn't in there, it'll ask you to put the disk in. But the hard drive is limited. A lot of people are saying just buy external. If you're gonna buy an external, get the 3.0 series. Um, get an external hard drive, and that's a lot better. They say it loads faster. There's tons more memory because you can buy like a terabyte for $100, and a terabyte is a lot of memory. And so I'm planning on doing that. So the hard drive space isn't. It was disappointing. There you go. It was disappointing. They should have put a little more in it. The Call of Duty bundle does come with a terabyte, but you can see that is a little bit more on the price range. It's up there because of that terabyte hard drive. Um, the uh, yeah the Call of Duty one has got a bigger hard drive. Um, and now as far as bundles go, they're releasing a few more bundles. You got the Call of Duty, the Sunset Overdrive, the Assassin's Creed bundle. They had a Halo collection bundle for Black Friday. It was $329, which is a pretty good deal. Um, so Microsoft is kind of trying to get the Xbox One out more. And if you go online, you look it up, the Xbox One dominated the Black Friday sales. I think it's because they had the better deal. You get the Master Chief Collection, which is 4 games with your controller, headset, and that's $329. So that's really good. $329 for a next-gen console with game, with headset, remote, obviously. Um, they also every Black Friday they have the Xbox Live cards half off for 3 months. So you get the 3 months, it's half off, so it's $12. So that's a really good deal. I always stock up on those. So Microsoft, I think, is trying to get Xbox out there and say, hey, I know we messed up with the marketing. We kind of dropped the ball there. Give us a chance. We'll help you out. They're still implementing their games with gold, meaning if you have Xbox Live Gold account, you get a free game. You get 2 free games a month. It's the first. It's the first of the month. It's the first to the 16th, and then the second game comes out the 17th, I believe. So you'll get 2 free downloadable games. Those are digital, but they're still free games. So that's really cool that they do that. Uh, in uh, in all, I think I would say I would definitely recommend the Xbox to a friend. I love playing it, and it's very competitive gameplay. Uh, you definitely need to check it out if you haven't played it. There's I think there's a game for everybody. As far as shooter, as far as MMO, or just you know uh, adventure. There's something for everyone in the Xbox. It is a bit bulky, like I said. Uh, it does get frustrating at times for the dashboard, and it's still my favorite though. I mean, I don't think PlayStation's going to come out and steal me away. Pretty much, it's not. They just don't have the competitive gameplay that I like and so many of the core gamers like. So I think that's what Xbox really has going for them. They seem to be stepping up here as of late since they just won over Black Friday. Uh, but yeah, give it a look. Give it a chance. Look some other reviews up online. If I had to give it a number review or a number, I would probably have to say it'd probably be an 8. Just because they fumbled a little bit with the marketing and the size and stuff like that. But 8 out of 10 is pretty good. Um, I think it's definitely better than the Wii U or the PlayStation or any of the handhelds. So give it a chance. Go check it out. use the cool voice commands if you like that stuff. Um, Thanks for tuning into Nerd News for the Xbox review. Um, we're not doing any podcasts this week just because of scheduling issues. So a few things we've been doing is Benny was reading up on Civil War. I finished that. He was picking that up. So he's going to do that. We're probably going to do a comparison towards that and possibly what the movie's going to withhold. I'm almost through with Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, which is an awesome comic. If you haven't read that, you got to pick it up. It's probably by far the best Batman comic I've ever read. Um, a lot of trailers have been released. The Hobbit, well, Hobbit's been out, but I mean, it's coming out soon. It's December 17th or 18th. The Terminator Genesis trailer is out. It's the next installment. Um, the Star Wars, which is huge, Star Wars trailer was released. The teaser, and it was a perfect teaser. Gotta check that out if you haven't seen it. That's posted to the Facebook page if you haven't had a look at that yet. The Jurassic World trailer was out. We talked about that. So a lot of trailers, a lot of big movies are coming out. Avengers 2 trailer has been out for a while. Comes out next year. Check all those out. We try and keep you up to date on the page. We talk about those. We also have a Twitter. That's at Nerd News by Josh. The YouTube account is youtube.com/Nerd News by Josh, and Facebook is facebook.com/Nerdy Knowledge. And feel free to check us out, talk to us, give us a like, subscribe, share us. Check out some of the pages that we liked. This guy back here that did the Spectre, he is Cinema Art by Ness, and he does awesome work. That is an original piece of artwork from him, and I picked it up at a local horror convention show, and that was just superb. This is a drawing done by Jesse Frayne, and she did a very good job on that Joker. If you like stuff, check us out. Check out Pickle Press. There's a lot of cool local stuff that you guys need to check out. Just go to the page, look around, give us a shout out if you want to talk to us. We'll talk to you. There's me, and then there's Benny, and he's not here right now. But thanks again for checking out the review. We'll be doing giveaways soon. Tune in again and check out the YouTube page.